The hearse carrying the remains of the slain State Minister for Gender, Labour and Social Development, Colonel retired Charles Engola, arrived at Parliament at 10 in the morning. It was received on arrival by the Speaker of Parliament, Anita. The body was later in the afternoon ushered in the chambers for members of Parliament to pay their last respects. While in the chambers, the Prime Minister, Robin Anabanja, moved the motion for the MPs to pay their tribute.
Colonel retired Charles OKello Engola Machodogo served this country as a humble servant, fearless warrior with utmost honesty.
The eulogies by the members of Parliament was in threefold. One, condemning the barbaric nature in which the minister was killed, but also several other Ugandans who have been assassinated in the same way.
So the assassination of the minister cannot just be reduced to an issue of raw salary and allowances. This is indiscipline, period.
Much as we may disagree, let's live in harmony. There are better ways of solving problems. You don't have to have an opponent or an enemy die in cold blood.
Secondly, they condemned the emerging culture among Ugandans of celebrating the death of people.
It is also uncultured and very immoral to celebrate the death of anyone because you hold different or divergent views.
Condemning in the strongest terms the insensitive, merciless, provocative, silly jokes on social media, celebrating and making fun of the circumstances surrounding the tragic death in cold blood.
It's our responsibility to understand that for every effect there is a cause. Responsibility means ability to respond. It is our collective duty as leaders to respond to the outrage being expressed whenever the reasonable expectations of the people are ignored.
For the leader of opposition, Matthias Impuga, there is need for the security agencies, especially the police, to provide answers.
The police should this time around and for once surprise the nation with a conclusive and believable report on the murder of our colleague. It's not enough to say that we know the murderer, the killer. No, that's not a report. So we need a believable report this time around as a surprise from the police.
Overall, there was praise for Charles Engola, who was hailed for having participated in peace building.
He defended the interests of his country, and in so doing, he demonstrated the true professionalism of UPDF.
He had notified us in top management that he would be wedding in June and notified all of us to preserve that month for his wedding.
The body of Charles Engola will tomorrow, Wednesday, be at Kololo ceremonial grounds for the general members of the public to pay their respects, and after that it will be flown to Oyam district ahead of the burial on Saturday. Jackson Onyango reporting for NTV at Parliament.